Okay, so we're gonna send this geometry to Substance Painter now. So I can label everything, which is also a good thing. Floor, so marble countertop, island block. I don't know what this really called. Bowl, spoon. I can't remember what spoon is in Spanish right now. So we have our floor here. We're not going to see certain things, so I just want to do this really quickly. So well, I'll keep it all. I'll keep it all actually. I'll start telling you how to optimize stuff later. So we have all this. Let's select it all. Let's delete the history. So let's click on this, and then we're going to export this. So I'm going to go to File, and then Export. Where's it at? Export Selection, because everything is selected right here. I'm going to go to my thing, and I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to find my folder that I put everything in. All right, here it is right here, right? Let's go over here and let's name this Maya kitchen kitchen setup. I don't know, just name it, whatever, right? So I just exported this. Actually, let me make sure export selection as an FBX. That's what I want to do, right? So now let's open up Houdini. So all right, let me hide this. So this is Houdini right here. Actually, let me just show you what this looks like. All right. So this is what Houdini will look like when you first open it, right? It works the same way with the navigation, alt left click, alt middle mouse button pan, alt right click. We have our parameters here. So usually we have our object outliner. This doesn't have an outliner. It just has these nodes right here. And this is how you bring your stuff in. There's nothing in here right now. Well, there's one that I did something with earlier, but what I did is I turned off the visibility because well, I thought I had an object in here. Maybe I deleted it or something. I don't know. But anyway, I forget all this. So this is how this works. If I want to bring an object, there's two ways, or there's a few different ways. But how you bring up your nodes is you right click and you can type in, you can look at the thing and click it, or you can we want to get this geometry, right? So we can right click, type in GEOM geometry, and we can get this. We can right click in, well, not right clicking here, or we can press tab and type in GEO and enter, or we can just right click and then choose it ourselves, geometry. So this is a container or a folder, right? And everything kind of goes into, it works like a folder structure, just like on Windows or anything else, right? So I'm just going to delete all these and just type in, just do it real quick. And if you want to get inside the folder, you just double click and go inside. So it says object. So this is the object level. And then when we double click, we're inside of the folder. So I can name this kitchen. Name it whatever you want, right? Kitchen setup, all right? And I mean, there's totally a whole nother way to use this program. You can model in it and everything. We're just gonna use it for UVs. So we have this right here, and we named it kitchen setup. So let's go inside and let's create a file to import to get that file that we made in Maya. So I right click and I go to file, file, and enter. All right. So I can bring up the file this way, or I can also go to add file. Add file node. And what this will do is this will also it basically chooses what you're looking for. So let me just go over here real quick and desktop. So now I'm in my desktop And then let's go to last modified. That's what I like to do. And then, all right, kitchen setup. And so this file right here has the working. If I press spacebar F, oh, I don't see it. Oh no, we were on the wrong one. So this has display flag, right? So this means that this is what we're looking at, but whatever it's highlighted is what we see in the in our parameters, which are right here. So let me just delete this one. And let me just import it again, just so you see. So there's two ways. I can go to add file node, then I can choose my thing. And then if I zoom out, we can see our objects in there. So we can do it that way, or we can go to right click file and bring it in manually this way. So here and then here. So basically two ways to do the same thing. Just letting you know, because I just learned this way. I usually just open up the files. Okay, so we have this right here, right? Cool, it's in this program. I'm rotating around just like I'm in Maya. But look at these UVs. They're stretched. They don't look right. The floor looks amazing, but everything else looks like some sauce, right? So let's right click. And we're going to do something. We're going to separate these objects out and put them into groups, kind of like labeling them in Maya. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press right now, click on this arrow, or if you press the letter S, and this allows you to select stuff. Right now it's in like edge mode. If we want to select point mode, if we want to select primitive mode, which select the faces, or yeah, primitive is basically a face. But instead, I want to choose the object, the entire object at once. One thing we can do is we can double click and tap on it and get the entire object, but I want to do it a different way. So to do that, I'm going to click on this thing right here that looks like a little square that's cut up and it says select groups. So I'll click on this and it brings up this window right here. And I'm going to click on this gear and I'm going to go all the way down to attributes, because there's an attribute of when it came into Maya, we put the names on it, right? I named it something, or it always has its own name anyway. It always has its own unique name. So I'll just click on name. And now if I put my mouse over these things, it highlights everything individually. So for me, I'm going to split these out. So I'll click on this right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press tab and split, S-P-L-I-T, and enter. And now we have this node right here, right? It's called the split node. So what it did is it split in one part, it's going to have the floor, and the other part's going to have the rest of the stuff. Now, in order to see this or to have this be organized better, I'm going to right click and I'm going to type in I'm a null, N-U-L-L. And so a null is just like a label. It doesn't mean anything. It's just something to say, hey, this is what this is. So if I click on this right here, this display flag, I type in floor. Cool. So we have our floor. And now I want to see what the rest of the stuff is. So I'm going to right click and type in null. Or I can copy this, Control C, Control V. And now it says floor 2. It's coming out the same output. Or I can do Alt, left click, which is the one I like to prefer to do, and just copy it over. And I mean, it can be named whatever, right? But like I said, this is showing the rest of the stuff, and this is showing what we separated out, right? So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to press S for select, or select the arrow, and I'm going to click on this. I'm going to press tab, and my mouse is in the viewport. It has to be in the viewport to do it. You can't do it over here. Your mouse has to be in this viewport. So I'll press tab, S-P-L-I-T, enter. Now let's make another null, alt left click and drag just to make another one. And I'll say, okay, island block. So I'm labeling this island block. And if I was to look at the other side, it's got everything else. Cool. So I'm gonna do the same thing, highlighting the null, going in this view, pressing S, clicking the object I want, tab, S-P-L-I-T, enter, right click, null. Or you can copy your null, because remember, it's just to label what's happening. marble counter. All right, so check what we have. We have floor, we have our island block, we have a marble countertop. Now let's get the rest, right? Over here, S. I'll select both of these. Tab, TOAST, toaster. Alt left click. Oh, wait, I did that wrong. I meant to press split. So I'm selecting this, click on this, select both of these, or I can select Shift, Tab, split, I go over here, toaster, all right? Now let's connect this over here. So basically all I'm doing is when you see me copying this, it's just to be able to get the remaining geometry out of this output of the split. Because remember, it's splitting two different things. If you click right here, you could even see it. Where's the names that I had in mind? So this toaster, oh yeah, so this isn't toaster, it's whatever else. Or we could just make it a null. And then you just click, tab, split. And remember, I could just copy or make my own bowl. And then if I click over here, we have the remainder, right? So spoon. So you have a floor split, island block. And this however you want to arrange this, you could take these and put them all down here if you liked. I mean, you could arrange these however you like, but just showing you. So now all of these are on the same level. Just for organization's sake. So if I need to choose one, hey, there's the floor. Hey, there's the countertop. And then the reason you're seeing that bowl is because this is highlighted. So whatever's highlighted gives you like a template of what's going on, because whatever's highlighted, the parameters are up here. So now let's UV this and take it into this substance. So let's right click, type in merge. Now, if I want to merge these, I can select every one and connect this to this. And I can do this like this. It's perfectly fine. Click on merge. And everything's been merged back together, but it's been split out. I can do that. Or I can, let me just delete this. I can type in merge. Select all of these, and then just left click, drag, and we have them all there. Cool. One other thing we want to do is we want to put these things in groups, right? Because groups will help us in substance. And groups will give us a label for everything. So I'll right click and I'll type in group, enter, all right? Now what I can do here is I can take this and put it under here or above here. It doesn't matter, right? Because this doesn't mean anything. So whatever comes through here is going to get this group in the end. So for the group, there's two ways to create the group. I can say floor, right? And I can go in here where it says group name and type in floor underscore GRP for floor group, right? So now this has a group. If I click on this and I want to know what it's going on, I can click on this eye right here. So I'm just hovering my mouse over this, click on this eye, and it says floor group, 240 polygons, and it has all the information, right? So I can do that. Or I can, I'm going to make another group over here. And also if I right click on this output and type in group, this. And what I can also do is I can label it here. So I can say Island block GRP, right? Island block group. Now I didn't name it right here, right? Which is what I usually do. But if I want to get the name of what I've named this to right here, all I have to do is type in $OS. And now what this did is it took this name and applied this here. And you can see it because now it's called Island Block Group. So that's another way to label. And if I middle mouse button click right here, it basically is showing you, this is like a little code that's saying, hey, take this from, I think it's called operator string. I don't know what it means, but it's basically saying, oh, we took this name, the name of what you named this node, and put it right here. So I'll do that for all of these. And here's the thing, if I take this and I copy it and bring it over here, and I just type in countertop group. I just change the name, and now if I middle mouse button click or click on the eye, now this is a group. So basically we're just going to do this for the rest of them and spread them out a little bit more if I need to. So 2 ways, I'll just do it. GROUP group toaster. So I'm going here, see toaster group. And remember, I can do it that way, or I can copy it and then just type in whatever it is in the OS. So both ways will work. And the last one, just type in spoon. So we all have these groups. And everything's looking great. Cool. Now we're almost done. So we splitted everything out. When we put everything in our group, then we right click, we type in unwrap. Now we want to see our UVs just like we do in Maya. So what I like to do is you go click right here on the square, go to 2 views. And right now we have our perspective view, and then this is our perspective view too. But I want this one to be UV, just like in Maya. So I'm just gonna click on this and go to set. And so I can press 5 or spacebar 5, but if I click on UV viewport, now we see the UVs just like they are in Maya, and we see this. Now if I click on this UV unwrap, it's unwrapped a little bit, but we still got a little ways to go. So okay, if I reduce this, kind of reduces the space between the objects, which might help us later on. Okay. So all this is saying is the spacing in between. Are they going to be super close and tight, or are they going to be spread out? So all right, not a big deal. So now I'm going to type in UV layout. Enter. I'm going to connect this. And all you got to do is change 3 things on this node. You go over here to maximum and you click on, by island symmetry, by island position in 3D. Well, this is, yeah, anyway, just do it. Go to fixed, click on fixed, and then we're going to go here, go to Udemy tiles. Now, all you have to do is this, right? If you look at our object, you can see how the tiles are spread out. So if I go to this fixed scale and I scale this up, this is exactly what we want, right? And then in Houdini, like the numbers have ran out right now. So you wouldn't just go in here and start typing numbers. You can middle mouse button click, and you can just drag this slider, right? Now, the only thing you need to do here is, you see how these tiles go under here? That means you've gone too far, right? They're too large to fit in this space. So you want to scale this up as much as you can right before it hits that. So you don't want it to go under. You just want it to be there. So this is fine. 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 That's bad. Bad. Good. Good. Bad. Right. So, all right. So if we look at this, this thing is laid out our UVs pretty nicely. Everything's looks to be square. Nothing's squished. No rectangles. It's just beautiful. All right. So now let's take this to substance. So I'll type in a null right here. Connect this. Select this. In Houdini, we're going to do this. We're going to type in out. Kitchen setup UV. So you can name it whatever you want. That's what I'm naming mine. So now I'm gonna right. Oh yeah. One other thing we want to do. I'm gonna right click, type in normal, and put this. Excuse me. Put this before this, and this will just ensure that our geometry, when it goes in substance, will look right, and the faces are facing the right way. Might not need it, but I'm just gonna include it just as a safety precaution. But what's cool is, you just slide this in wherever or any node, and it all propagates down the chain. All right. So let me go right click, go to save geometry, click on this. And for this one, well, you really just click on this and it, go with whatever folder you want. But I've already saved something. Well, let me just do it from scratch, right? So I just right click, go to save geometry. I click on this. I find whatever folder I want to go to. So yeah, it's in the folder I want. And I want to save this as oh yeah, ABC. So I'll just name it kitchen UV.abc. All right. I click on enter. We see it's right here. Accept. I think I could also save it as FBX. I'm just doing Olympic. No such file. Oh, I guess I got to go straight to it. So let me go to desktop. Okay, so it's here. All right, so I'll just put kitchen UV, accept. Now it's there. Now we need to open up Substance Painter and let's put it into Substance Painter. So let me go right here. So this is Substance Painter. I'm gonna go to File, New, go to Select, and I'm gonna find that kitchen UV, right? There it is. And then I'm gonna go to OK. Go to discard because, I had something else going on here. And look, it's in here now, right? Now check this out. This is how this program works. Same navigation, Alt left click, Alt middle mouse button pan, Alt right click. And here we go. Let me go